This is what my desk looks like right now because I tried to figure out how to set up tried to set up recording for my Switch. And also like with a microphone, with a capture card, all this stuff. That's why it looks like a war zone. This is supposed to be a Q&A, so I don't know why I'm like sharing all this random stuff, but I redid my manga wall, or like it wasn't really like a wall. Like I just had this like collage. Maybe I'll put a picture of it. I just had this like collage with like a few photos on it, but now I like made it the entire wall. Some of you are probably gonna think that's really ugly, but that's okay. I should probably get a tripod eventually. You guys are just like on a stack of books. If I bump this table at all, it like wobbles the whole thing. All right, I've been gone for another month. Now I'm back. Again, I don't have any excuses. Life just gets in the way, you know how life is. But now I'm here to do a Q&A, a mini Q&A. I took questions from the community post I obviously did, announcing this Q&A, and then also just some random videos. I found some random questions. Not random videos, my videos. I found some random questions here and there, so I took some of those as well. These questions are all over the place, so they're not organized. We're just gonna do it. The first question is, what made you want to start uploading to YouTube? I always never had the confidence to like make a video and upload it to YouTube, like of myself. I feel like at one point I was like, I could never do that. And you can see that like my first few videos are just me like unboxing something, no talking, none of my face, like it's just like a quiet unboxing video, and that's what I wanted to do. And then one day I was just like, you know what? Screw it. That's literally it. Like I was like, why not? Like who cares? I'm just gonna make a YouTube video and we'll see how it goes. Because I love YouTube. My main source of entertainment is YouTube. Like I love hearing people talk about what they love. I love watching people play games. Like I've always loved YouTube, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I can do that too. Maybe. We'll see. Did you ever expect your channel to grow so quickly? I did not. I guess it is growing quickly. I did not expect that one video to do so well. I think it's just a popular, I'm talking about my modded 3DS video, I think it's just a popular topic right now, and so it kind of just got more attention than I thought it would, and now we're here. Which video game character can you relate to the most? I feel like I've never thought about this before, like, receiving this question. I mean, all right, this is kind of a silly one, but I've been watching RE4 playthroughs, and I feel like I've never played RE4 Remake because I can't play horror games. I'm too scared of them, but I feel like I can relate to Ashley in a way, because I feel like I would react like she does. Like I would react like a normal person and be scared in that situation, but I don't think I would pass up on the chance to like joke around and flirt with Leon. If I'm being honest, I'm just saying. So like sometimes I'm like, yeah, I can relate to her. I can relate to that. But I don't know if there's like a character that I actually like so deeply resonate with where I'm like, oh, like, I don't know. I would have to think about that more. Which was your first console? This one. This is a Nintendo DSi. I got this when I was like 8, I think. I loved this thing. I didn't really play any popular games. I talked about this a little bit in my my handheld collection video, but I didn't play like any really popular games. I kind of just played like little girl games, like what are they called? Like Zuzu Pets and Littlest Pet Shop. I like to take pictures on this thing a lot. Like I have a lot of pictures on this. Your favorite Nintendo console? I don't really know if I have a favorite console of mine. I have a lot of consoles and I feel like I like them all, not equally, but for different reasons. Some of them have more sentimental value than others, and then others look better than the other ones, and it's like, I don't know. I really do like my modded 3DS in every way. I think it's adorable. I think it's super useful, obviously. But I also really like the Zelda Switch. I remember when that thing came out, I took like 3 seconds to think about buying it, and I just bought it. But yeah, I don't know if that one's like my definitive favorite one. I combined these two. Have you played 3DS Homebrew port of Half-Life or Sea of Stars? I have not played either of those games. I've never heard of Sea of Stars. I have heard of Half-Life. But I will put those on my list and I will check those out. What are your thoughts on emulation handhelds? So I don't have any emulation handhelds, technically. Like, no handhelds that are like specifically for emulating games. And I don't know a lot about them, honestly. I don't know enough about them to like have certain thoughts. I think they're cool. I think that I would be willing to like buy and review and try out certain ones. It just hasn't really been on my radar lately, but it's definitely something I could do. Do you have a favorite gaming memory? I have a lot of great memories growing up playing Minecraft with my brother. I know that's like everybody's childhood, basically, in our generation, but I remember like Minecraft was all we cared about. Like, we would just play it all the time. We would watch Let's Plays on YouTube. Like, we were obsessed. And we had a lot of fun. Besides Minecraft, I didn't really play games with anybody else, I don't think. I remember the first time I played Breath of the Wild specifically. That is like a very vivid memory. This is gonna sound really weird, but I was like, I think it was like in the middle of the night. No, it was like 2 a.m. and I decided to download Breath of the Wild. And I just remember I was like by myself in my living room and it was like really quiet and I was in this like big comfy chair and I was like exploring the Great Plateau and like the little, like the subtle music and just like the ambiance of Breath of the Wild was just like overwhelming. I remember that so vividly. I fell in love with the game so hard at that moment. Have there been any other JRPG franchises on your radar that you're considering to try out next? I do have a lot of games and JRPGs written down on my list. I have like this big list of games. But yeah, a few. I know that Xenoblade Chronicles are cool. I have never played any of those games. I know nothing about those games. Same with Fire Emblem. I would love to check those out. I do love Final Fantasy, but I also don't know, like, I haven't played all of the Final Fantasy games, so I would love to like keep going through those as well. And Dragon Quest I've heard is really good, so I guess those are a few. There are probably more, but those are the few that I can think of off the top of my head. Fave franchises. Obviously Final Fantasy, specifically Final Fantasy VII, Animal Crossing, Pokemon, Zelda. Zelda's a huge one. I would say Zelda and Final Fantasy are the main two. Do you own the Cloud Super Smash Bros. Amiibo? You got me. I'm a fake fan, all right? I don't own the Super Smash Bros. Cloud Amiibo. I wish I did, but I don't. Aerith or Tifa? So, I know this is very controversial, especially now with Rebirth just coming out this year. But as much as I love both of these characters, I love Aerith and Tifa as characters. I think they're both great. Personally, and also like considering Cloud's character and who I'd want him to be with, I'd have to say Tifa. I'm not even sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I don't have to feel bad about that. But I just still love Aerith. I love Aerith. Don't get me wrong. What's your favorite manga and anime? Okay, I will say that I watch more anime and I don't read as much manga. A manga that I really like that I read recently is called In the Clear Moonlit Dusk. I don't know if you can see it on my bookshelf back here. Nope, you can't. Never mind. That one's really cute. It's like it's just a cute little romance. I think it's cute. I don't know if I have a favorite manga, honestly. My favorite anime, however, there's so many. There's so many. One of the first, I feel like my first anime, like true anime, like I kind of grew up watching Pokemon, and then I watched Sailor Moon a little bit later, but I was not like interested in anime at the time when I watched those. The first anime that like got me into it was Inuyasha, and I feel like it's still one of my favorites to this day. And I like any of Rumiko Takahashi's stuff. So like Ranma, I also love Ranma half. I like some basic ones. I like Attack on Titan. I like some Demon Slayer. I love romantic comedy type anime. Shoujo? Oh my gosh, what's it called? So like, I love Kami-sama Kiss. I don't think that one's like super popular, but that one is hilarious. I also love Fruits Basket. Kagaya-sama Love is War. I feel like I'm forgetting like a main one that I really like. Jujutsu Kaisen. Kaisen, yeah. Yeah. What's your favorite TV show and movie? I have a problem with picking favorites of anything, I feel like. I'm not gonna include anime in the TV shows. I would say one of my favorite like real life TV shows is Gilmore Girls. That show is just cozy. It's just comfy, you know? And I could just watch it over and over and not get sick of it. I don't know why. My favorite movie, I feel like I love a lot of movie series. Like I grew up with Star Wars, Back to the Future, Indiana Jones, Lord of the Rings, Twilight. One of my favorite like standalone movies, I love The Old Parent Trap. That movie is so nostalgic for me, and I love it every time I watch it. Also, Whisper of the Heart. Whisper of the Heart is without a doubt one of my favorite movies of all time. But it's technically an anime because it's Japanese animation. No, we'll count it. Aside from video games, what else are you into? I have to say I'm not a super interesting person. I don't have any like really cool hobbies. I like to do very like, what's the word? Sedentary activities. I like to read. I like to write. I like a lot of movies. I love to just, I don't know. I guess I like to draw, but I've kind of fallen away from that. I haven't really done that lately. I'm kind of boring, I'm sorry. What are some of your favorite songs from the Final Fantasy franchise? I mean, all of FF7's soundtrack is so good. One song in particular that I heard in Remake first, obviously I played Remake first, was Midnight Rendezvous. That one is like so magical. Tifa's theme, Aerith's theme, everybody's theme is great. Although Aerith's theme and Flowers Blooming in the Church always make me want to cry. Stand By Me, which is Florence's cover of that song for Final Fantasy 15, wrecks me. It makes me want to bawl every time I hear it. But it's really good. It's so good. How do you find time to play older RPGs? I don't have any time to do anything, actually. I just imagine that I play games, but I don't really play them. I'm just kidding, but at the same time, I feel like I barely have time to play games. I probably do have the time, I just don't manage it well, and so I feel like I don't have enough time. I feel like this is a problem a lot of people have. And with people that have such big like backlogs of games, me. I would say though, become a night owl. Become a night owl, don't get any sleep, spend the time that you would sleeping playing those games. You won't have any problems. Any thoughts on launching a Discord server? I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I'm not even entirely sure I know what Discord is. I know it's like an app. I know you can probably talk to people on it. That's about as much as I know about it. I probably won't. If it's anything like a social media app, I don't really like social media apps, so I'm probably not going to. I haven't really given it any thought, but I guess we'll see. Are you learning Japanese? I am trying to learn Japanese. Emphasis on trying. Japanese is very difficult. It's also super difficult to teach yourself a language, which is what I've been trying to do with it. I think that if I had a teacher or like a class that I was actually taking, I think I'd be much further in my journey with Japanese, I guess, by now, but I don't have either of those. It'll happen. It's slowly but surely, you know? Are you Hylian? I wish, dude. I wish. Have you traveled abroad, and are there any places you'd like to visit? I have not traveled much. Wait, traveled abroad. Yeah, I have not traveled abroad. I have not traveled outside of the US unless you count Canada, which like technically it counts, but like most people, like it's so close. It's like, it's just not much of, at least to me. I don't know what I'm saying. Any places you'd like to visit? I would love to visit all of the places, if I'm being honest. I would love to travel more, and obviously number one is Japan. I say obviously, I don't know if I've ever mentioned that in a video, but with trying to learn Japanese and like, I've always had this fascination with Japan, and I would love to go there someday. Would you ever buy a Steam Deck? I would. If you have a Steam Deck you'd like to give me, I would also take that. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. What was the set of events that led you to pick up and play FF7 Remake? Actually, maybe this isn't that interesting, but I was playing Smash one day, and I was like at the height of my Zelda phase, okay? So like the only game I was thinking about was Zelda at that time. Specifically Breath of the Wild. But I was playing Smash and I was like, maybe I should get into like another game. Like I wonder what other games are good. And so I saw Cloud and I was like, I don't actually know what game he's from. And so I looked it up. I remember looking it up on YouTube, and the first video that popped up was the FF7 Remake cutscenes. And specifically a thumbnail of Cloud and Tifa. And I was like, there's romance in this game? Are you kidding me? And so I basically binge watched all of those cutscenes. No shame. I became obsessed and I wanted to play the game so bad, I convinced my brother to go in on a PS4 Pro with me that I found on eBay, and so he paid for half of it, I paid for half of it. He wanted to play like one of the Spider-Man games. I don't know, I don't really know the Spider-Man games, but I wanted to play FF7 Remake. I just, like, even though I already knew everything that happened because I had watched the cutscenes, because I already knew the story, and because I had also looked into like the entire story of the old game, I still just fell in love with it. Like, I loved playing it, and I loved like watching the cutscenes all over again and like making my own decisions in the game. It's so good. Are you planning to go through the Pixel remasters of Final Fantasy? I would love to eventually go through all of the Final Fantasy games, so especially the old ones. That's right, they do have Pixel remasters, don't they? Yes, my answer is yes, I would like to go through those. Do you have any social media? I do not have any social media, at least, wait, no. I have an old Twitter account that I don't use anymore. I probably won't delete it just in case, but it's not really, I don't use it and it's not really open to the public. I don't plan on getting any social media accounts. So, do you watch Maximilian Dude? I do. Max is probably one of my favorite YouTubers. I watch him, maybe if not on the daily, on the weekly. I will just have his Resident Evil playthroughs just playing in the background. Like, I love watching him play games and talk about games, especially FF7. Have you thought about giving streaming a shot? I have. I don't know if I would start out with trying to stream. I feel like I would try to record gameplays first and upload them to YouTube. I don't know anything about Twitch. I don't know how Twitch works. Twitch kind of scares me, if I'm being honest. But I guess it's not like completely ruled out. I just don't think I'll be trying it anytime soon. Who has been your favorite character in Rebirth so far? I'm just gonna say right now, Cloud is my favorite character in anything ever, so obviously he's my favorite, but I did not expect to like Kate Sith so much. He's so cute. The thing about Rebirth is like, I love all of the characters. Even the ones we can't play yet, like Sid and Vincent, I just love the entire cast of characters so much. But Kate Sith surprised me. Have you ever thought about getting a Vita? I will be getting a PS Vita eventually. I swear it. I've gotten this question several times. I would love to get a Vita. I was thinking I would wait until the store eventually shuts down first so I could mod it. I don't know, I feel a little bit guilty modding it when the store is still up. Maybe that sounds stupid, but I will be getting one. Just not yet. What are you looking at? You, obviously. What other games do you play on PlayStation? I don't have a huge catalog of games on PlayStation. Again, like the reason I even got into PlayStation was because of FF7. But I do have I have Minecraft. I have Genshin Impact. That's free though. I have a Spider-Man game that my brother bought. I have Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth. I have Final Fantasy 15. I might be forgetting a couple, but I feel like that's really it. Like you go on my PlayStation, it's just like nothing. It's like an empty tomb with a bit of Final Fantasy sprinkled in the tomb. Do you have any channels that inspired you? Yes, obviously I mentioned Maximilian Dude, Corey Kenshin, love Corey. People that like directly inspired me though to like make this channel and like upload videos of myself, I feel like Orbalology, I really hope I'm saying that right, Orbalology, Emily. I love her videos. She was one of the main reasons I was like, hey, I'm gonna try making videos like that. Also, List the Lass. I found out about her like right before I started uploading these kinds of videos, and she's just very confident and like very like out there with like she's not afraid to just talk and like play games, and I'm like, oh, I want to do that. So I guess those are some of my inspirations. Scott the Woz, I hope I'm saying that right. Scott the Woz is great, but I didn't really find out about him until like very recently. So I wouldn't say he's an inspiration, but I have watched some of his videos. He's funny. Last question, are you going to watch FF7 Advent Children? Look, I am a little bit dumb, and when I made my FF7 haul video, I had Advent Children. I have seen it several times. I just didn't think to include it in the video for some reason. Here, I'll show you. There. So yes, I have seen this several times. I just, for some reason, I was being an airhead and I didn't even think to show it in that video. Yes, I love it. I know that some people have mixed opinions on this movie. I know that they definitely made some weird decisions with it, but I like it. I like it. So yeah, that was my mini Q&A. I know it was all over the place, but I don't know how to organize these things. I don't know. I always say the same things for every outro, but you can keep leaving suggestions of what you'd like to see me play, what kind of videos you'd like to see from me. Thank you for, what is it now, 9K? Whoa. I am working on, again, in the beginning you saw that, right? I was working on recording Switch gameplay. I don't have a PC, but I do have a Switch, and I would like to record a couple of games on there using OBS and a capture card. And so I'm working on that next. I really hope it doesn't just blow up in my face. Yeah, continue to comment, let me know what you think, and I guess thanks for watching.